Hey everyone, David Hill here. Man, we are living in some crazy times, aren't we? It's been interesting and kind of fun in a way with our social life with my wife and I, even our kids. Whereas in the past we would have on a Friday night gone over to some friend's house and a bunch of couples would have come together and all the kids join up and spend the evening in the playroom and the adults are all downstairs in the living room sipping wine and doing whatever adults do when they get together for these social functions. Well, with that not being possible, we found ourselves transitioning into these video calls, these Zoom calls, and it's crazy. We'll on a Friday night we will connect in with a few couples, and everyone will, I don't know, typically open up a bottle of wine or get some snack food and we will sit there for hours just chatting with people, and people will get up and go do something and they'll come back or they'll disconnect and come back in. But man, what an interesting thing, just even on the social level, how we've adapted to this pandemic. And something that really struck me, I was actually on a Zoom call this past weekend with a friend of mine who actually lives in Paris over in France. And obviously every country is treating this pandemic differently. Some are more controlled than others. And even in the US, it comes down to you've got the federal side, then you've got the states, the governors, and then you've got the counties and the mayors. And there's been a lot of heated debate across the country right now as to when we should start lightening things up, when we should start reopening. And I won't get into that. I want to create a political debate out of this video, but it has been interesting watching how people have adapted to this situation that we're all in. And in talking with this friend in Paris, it's been it struck me they're a little bit further along than we are, and there's already, I think in the coming couple weeks there's going to be some moves by the government to open up certain areas of the country. But they were on complete lockdown. She was telling me, just to go outside to go to the store, they had to fill out a piece of paper and they could get stopped by the police and get controlled and have to show this paper and show why they were out. She was saying something that they weren't allowed to drive. I think it was like 100 kilometers from their homes, just much more, I guess the word is draconian, but much more strict in how they're handling it, right or wrong. Again, not trying to get into that, but with their country, she was telling me that they were getting close in the next couple of weeks to opening things up. And she was saying that in talking with her friends over there, there are people over there that previously worked these 9 to 5 jobs, and they lived that rat race. They were battling in the commute every day and getting in the office and then coming home in the evenings and battling the traffic on the way home. And with this pandemic, they have transitioned into this work from home lifestyle. And what she was telling me that in talking with a lot of her friends, and I absolutely think this is going to be a thing, is that people who have transitioned from the commute and the 9 to 5 and the office and the rat race, and they have since been sent home and told to work from home, they've gotten into this rhythm. They've gotten into this lifestyle of working from home. And as things start opening up, I think there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to get called back to work, called back to the office. And it's not going to be something that excites them. It's not going to be something that sits well with them. I think there might be a little bit of depression around the idea of going back to that rat race. And, interesting talking with this girl and what she's facing, and the thought of going back to the 9 to 5 grind for her was kind of a depressing idea. It really struck me that, Cody and I, we've worked from home for years. And really for us, I know it's not for everyone, but honestly, we wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, being able to work from home is it's a privilege, and it's a beautiful thing for us. And I will put this in there. If what we do is something you're interested in, absolutely check out our presentation video. You can catch it at vestright.com/action. Check out what we do, find out what our strategy is, find out how we've built this business and worked from home for all these years. If you're an entrepreneurial type, it could be a really great solution for you. But I'd be interested to hear from you, from those of you out there who have transitioned into working from working in an office to now working from home, and how you feel about the idea of once things start opening up, going back to the office and going back to the commute, the daily commute. Is that for you a rat race situation where you're just not looking forward to it? Or is it something that maybe you look forward to? Maybe you haven't enjoyed working from home and you like having a place to go to. But yeah, let us know in the comments how you foresee that playing out for yourselves. And if you're someone who has worked from home now since this pandemic and you want to keep it that way, maybe you've got a strategy. Maybe you're going to approach your manager or your boss and say, hey, I've been successfully doing this from home and I'd like to continue to do that. I'd be interested to know if there's people out there who have transitioned into working from home and who hope to keep it that way and are starting to put a plan in place, whether it be a discussion or a presentation to their manager or their boss to see if they can keep it, maybe even on a part-time basis where they work a couple of days from home every week and they still come into the office a couple of days a week. So yeah, if that's you, let us know. I'd be interested to know kind of what these trends are going to look like. But if you are working from home and you're enjoying it and you want to figure out a way to continue that, just keep in mind our program is built around working from home. It's built around working from a computer and a phone. It can be done from anywhere. It doesn't matter if you travel to Europe for a week or for a month or for a year. It doesn't matter if you're at a convention in Las Vegas. You can do what we do from anywhere at any time. And so that's an encouragement to you if that's something that you're looking for. And of course, the beautiful thing as well with our strategy is that you can do it in any market across the U.S. You can live in Florida and target a market in Utah. You can live in California and target a market in Nevada. You can do it from anywhere and you can target anywhere. So that's a real, for us, it's not something that we take for granted. And especially in times like this where we see so many people struggling and so many people having to transition into working from home and figure that out, it is something that we are appreciative of and feel blessed to have that possibility. So there you go. Check us out if you'd like. But otherwise, yeah, let us know in the comments. What's your situation? Are you working from home? Are you enjoying it? Do you hate it? Is it new for you? Is it something that you'd like to continue to do? If so, do you have a plan or any ideas in place on how you're going to be able to maintain and keep working from home once wherever you live once the quarantines and the shelter in places are lifted? Do you have a plan in place for being able to stay at home? All right, guys, I'll end it here. Have a great week, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.